Okay. So, whoo. My bad. Swoop, let's do it. All right. So, we are here with a special guest right now. DJ Swoop, the remix king. What's going on?
What's going on, listening audience, viewing audience? How y'all doing?
Good. I think they happy for this one. So, Swoop, tell me a little bit about yourself. I know you're a DJ, right? So give me a little background on that.
Well, my background starts when I was 15 years old. Originally, I was born and raised in Champaign, Illinois, small little city, which is about an hour from Chicago. But I lived in Champaign, but I was always in Chicago. My family grew up on 23rd Street, West Side, Halstead. That's where I'm from. My stopping grounds, as you see, Chicago Bulls hat. I'm Chicago native all day, every day, no matter where I'm at. I started DJing at 15 years old. First thing I noticed about myself is I got intrigued by DJing because my brother was a DJ. His name was Champagne. Named himself after where we grew up at. And I started as a roadie. A roadie is a person that just carries equipment, speakers, cables, wires. I started off doing that at 15. At 15, I was 6'1", about 220 pounds with a whole goatee.
You ain't playing like no basketball or nothing?
I played football.
Height?
Yeah, with that height. Actually, basketball was my thing. Football was my sport. I was a middle linebacker. I was playing junior varsity and varsity ball in middle school. So, for myself, I started watching my brother DJ, and my brother wanted me to pick up the torch and carry it on. Before I started learning how to DJ at 15.
Hold on, you say your brother was a DJ?
Yeah, my brother Jerry Lenore, that's his name. Champagne, DJ Champagne was his name. Music history flows in my...
My bad. So give me a little bit about... I felt something. DJ Champagne. He's still here, right?
Yeah, he's still here.
Okay.
He's still here. Actually, my brother, he's 70 years old. He started DJing in 1968. 1968. He retired in 1995.
Wow.
Yep. So I picked up the torch when he stopped. I had already started learning how to DJ, but didn't officially break out until I was 16. It took a whole year. I started learning sound at 12. So for 3 years, I had to learn sound before I could even put a needle on a record, pick a record. I had to learn that first with sound. So with myself starting my career, I did my own prom at 18.
You DJ'd your prom?
I DJ'd my prom.
At 18?
At 18.
Wow. A lot of people normally are like afraid to kind of step on that plateau at that age, especially in front of all their friends. So that speaks a lot. That's funny.
Yes, it's real funny because I played football, but everybody knew that I DJ'd. All the local people that knew me around town, they knew I DJ'd, but they just thought it was just a hobby. But they didn't realize that it wasn't a hobby and how professional I was until I showed up on our prom. And they see me rolling in big speakers and lights, and they're like, man, this dude is serious. I'm like, yeah, this is a business. So I was getting broken into the entertainment game at a young age. And it's one thing to be a DJ at a young age. And, for myself, at that age, I really wasn't like headstrong, but it was a gift. To me, it's a God's gift. And I say it's a gift. God rest my dad, J.B. Lenore. I'm speaking on that a little bit because he was a blues musician. Everybody's probably seen Cadillac Records, Chess Records, story about Chess Records. My dad was actually signed to Chess Records. He was one of the artists that signed to Chess Records.
Oh wow, wow. What was it? What was his name?
J.B. Lenore.
Awesome. That's awesome.
He was a blues musician. He toured all over the world. He been to France, been to Germany. He was all over in Europe, playing a lot of different places. And music was already instilled in me. The funny part is, I really wasn't into DJing, to be honest. I was really trying to be a singer.
So you started out wanting to sing.
Yeah, I actually wanted to start singing. I sang to my senior talent show. And we had a group. And I'll never forget the song that we sung, which was the hottest song then when I was in school, by Blackstreet, Before I Let Go.
Wow.
So, and I sung concert choir, believe it or not. I was a baritone. So, I was still DJing, but I was really leading towards singing. That's really what I wanted to do. But I ended up not doing the singing because I was like, nah, I'm not going to do that.
So can you sing right? Could you hold a note? Like, is there any singing in there? Cause that was the first thing. I know you tried something, right? Karaoke?
Karaoke, believe it or not, I'm not a fan of karaoke. I don't know why. And everybody like, dude, you used to like to sing. Why you don't like karaoke? I said, it's just, that was a niche of me that just like, I just didn't want to do anymore. I haven't sung or practiced singing or even hum a note in God knows how long. And I mean like probably 2-3 decades. I haven't really been into singing like that anymore. So not because something tragic happened or anything like that. It was just, I started focusing more on my DJ career because I noticed that I had a niche for it. And as they say, if you're going to do something you love. And that was definitely something I figured out that I love to do.
Right. And what age was this at this point?
At that point, I was, believe it or not, my brother officially let me loose my junior year because I graduated early. Because I had enough credits, I didn't need to stick around for my senior year. So I broke loose about 17 and a half years old. And it's funny because after the prom, I went to the military. That's the funny part about it. So I went to the Navy. From there, I had a wonderful career. I did 26 years of service. I got discharged December 20th, 2018. So approximately 4 years now I've been out. And during that time, I DJ'd a lot of places all over the world. Korea. I was stationed at Okinawa. I was stationed at Bahrain port, Turkish ports. So I ran across a lot of DJs at a young age. And one thing that every DJ that I ran into said to me was, dude, you have an old spirit. And I'm like, old spirit? I'm like, what do you mean? They were saying was the music selection that I played, I shouldn't have knew about. Like, dude, you wasn't even born yet. And they're like, you're playing this stuff? And I was. Like classic disco, from disco to Motown, from Motown to doo-wop. I'm like, dude, you wasn't even born in the 50s. I'm a 70s baby, mid-70s baby. So they was just confused, but when I did that, I fell in love with it even more with me meeting DJs and learning different music and finding out that there's more than just the standard music that we hear every day in the United States. And I actually started digging that type of music, Middle Eastern music, European music.
Awesome. So, all right. So, all right. Let's fast forward a little bit.
Okay.
So you're doing all these events, right? So what is kind of like some of those events that you've DJed? Like, what are some of like the cool events that you've like,
Coolest
done?
events that I DJ'd, don't mean to cut you off, was I was blessed to DJ the NAACP Black Caucus here in DC with a young lady, Asking Asia from 102.3. She was hosting the event. She asked me, could I come and DJ? And I was like, sure. There's multiple DJs there, but I was the last DJ for the night. I was the closer. So the closer, what people don't realize, a closer, you got the most weight. The opener, that's nothing. The closer is the hardest one because you have to go out strong. Because people remember the beginning and they remember the end. Because by the time they're in, they're drunk. And they're ready to party. So that was one of my events that I actually enjoyed, met good people. I actually got to meet Russ Parr. I got a chance to meet him. I got a chance to meet a couple of high dignitaries. I won't say their name because they might not choose to expose their names. But I even got to meet Donnie Simpson. Now, to me, that was awe because I was like, man, dude, I remember singing you. And, you know, I grew up off of Donnie Simpson's the videos and all of that.
Right. He's big.
Huh?
Donnie Simpson's big.
Yeah. So, you know,
big.
yeah. So to me, that I didn't even know he was there. And asking Asia, she took me around. I met these people. And, you know, I was like, wow, this is a beautiful thing. This is a good, for me, I was thinking, this might be it, my big break network. So, you know, from there, I end up doing some more events for Asking Asia. I was actually, she actually wanted to use me as, you know, like, I guess she called me her DJ. I ended up doing another big event out in Anne Arundel County, Spiritual Fest. Met some more legendary people. I met Carl Thomas from Def Jam, the comedian. I was like, wow. And not only that, I even got to meet the go-go native Sugar Bear. I actually played behind Sugar Bear. I was the DJ for that whole event for a 3-day weekend. And I played. And I got to meet some beautiful people. And to me, I was like, wow, this is nothing but networking. And the funny part is, when I met all these people, the thing is, I'm gonna go back a little. Before those two events, my very first event, just thought about it, was I did Martin Lawrence family reunion. And I never knew that it was even Martin Lawrence's family because it was a different name.
Hold on. Let's take this back. Let's take this back. So you saying that you mysteriously, without even knowing, did Martin Lawrence family reunion?
Yep.
And was Martin Lawrence there?
Yeah. He showed up.
Wow.
He showed up close to the end of the day. Yeah, I got footage on my phone. I actually took a picture with him. And just because I knew people wouldn't believe that, no, you didn't do it. You didn't DJ his family reunion. Yeah, I did. I actually did. And I never forget it because I was playing and he walked up to me. And you believe it or not, in the movies, Martin Lawrence don't look short, but he actually is. He's really, really short. And he walked over
Well,
to
I
me.
mean, I would expect to you
Yeah,
since you about like
I'm
seven nine,
6'1". I'm
6'1".
6'1". Yeah, I'm 6'1" and 250 pounds now, but I was 6'1" then. I wasn't growing no more. But I actually was able to meet him. And the good part about it, besides just meeting him, my pockets got blessed really well for that. And they had a blast. They had a wonderful time. And the young lady still has my number to this day. You know. But for me, that was my biggest first time, like, yeah, something really important for me was that. And then all the rest of those just came into play. Me just running into people, meeting people, and just giving it my all, which I was taught by my brother Champagne. I was taught that. Every show you DJ like it's your last show. Showmanship.
Absolutely. All right. Well, let me run through some of these questions here.
Okay.
So I'm gonna get some yes nos and then whys, right?
Okay.
All right. So
Pros and cons.
so what do you choose now as far as what would you prefer as far as your DJing set? Would it be your DJ board? Would it be vinyl or would it be the digital boards now?
Well, that's pretty much simple. I am a turntablist. I'm a mixologist. I love turntables. I still use turntables to this day. The game has definitely changed from 12-inch records to laptops. But turntables all day.
Absolutely. How would you define your style?
My style is for myself. I'm a mixologist, and a lot of people ask me, what's a mixologist? A mixologist is a person that can DJ on turntables and hear one sound and make another sound off of two different records. Manipulate the sound to make another sound. From vocals to bass lines to treble to mid vocals. That's a mixologist. So I don't really have a lane that I specifically stay in because I'm versatile in all genres. So you won't hear me play a set and I'll just stay in the 70s or the 60s. You'll hear me go from maybe a 60s to maybe a 90s throwback. You might hear me go from a 70s to early 2000s. You might even hear me go from a Motown classic and send over top of it. I'll remix it. I'll mash it up. And a mixologist, that's what we do. That's what a mixologist is. We don't really have a genre or a style. If I had to name one, I'm a club DJ. I'm not a cabaret DJ. I'm not how can I put a wedding DJ? I can DJ all those events and I have, but for myself, if I am anything, I'm a club DJ, I'm a radio jockey.
Absolutely. So next question. So props. Do you have like a signature?
A signature move or a signature that I do?
Yeah.
My signature move is I scratch and blend, which is a hard thing to do because you have a lot of DJs can't scratch and blend except for the legendary DJs like Kid Capri. He's a scratch and drop guy. You have DJ Cool Red Alert. These are old cats that blend, scratch, and all these cats are from, a lot of these guys are from the East Coast. So I have pretty much an East Coast flav with a Midwest flav because that's where I'm from. Um, those were the guys that really, besides my brother, motivated me. Kid Capri, DJ Cool Red Alert, Chuck Chill Out, SNS, all of those New York cats, even a little bit of DJ Clue. And those guys intrigued me because they had their own style. So my signature move is what they call a scratch fade out. And what that is you got two records, two songs going, and you want to exit out. Instead of me just fading it out or chopping it off or just stopping it, I'll scratch it out and fade out, which is I'll use either my left hand, right hand, and bring down the either channel 1 or channel 2. I'll slowly fade it out while I'm scratching it out. That's my signature move, or what they call transforming out.
Okay, awesome. Well, DJ Swoop, man, it's been a pleasure. Now, is there anything you want to say before the end of this interview? Any shout outs, anything that you may want to let us know right before we go?
Yeah, I'm gonna make it quick and simple. It's called, I'm gonna drop a couple of nuggets right quick. For the new jock DJs, that's what I call them, new jacks, however you want to call it, label it, that's up to you. Learn the business first and stop running around saying you a DJ and you think just because you're playing Megan Thee Stallion, you're playing the trap music, you're playing all the popular stuff, and you consider yourself a DJ. You're not a DJ. You're just a traveling iPod. That's really what you are. I'm not downgrading any DJ that's out here. I'm not considering myself one of the best, but I will say I'm the best at what I do. And for me, that's what keeps me DJing and been DJing for 25 years in the game and still going out of all of that. If you're trying to check me out, trying to figure out where I'm at, you can go to my IG page, DJ Swoop, the THA_remix_king, or you can check out my website, www.djswooptheremixking.com. Or if you're in the area, if you're listening, if you're out of town, download the app 365 Live app. Look me up, The Beat 97.3 FM. You can catch me out at the radio station, or just look for me. I'm easily to find. Google my name, DJ Swoop, the Remix King. That's it, and the last important thing for all you new jack DJs, if you've never been on turntables, take that road, take that journey, because once you've done it, you're gonna see the difference on why a DJ controller is completely different from turntables. And you'll realize the shoes that the other DJs and myself and many more have struggled, strived, blood, sweat, and tears, carrying crates of albums to make your money. It's hard compared to you just taking a laptop now and a hard drive. Other than that, I just wish all the DJs just rock out, have a good time with it. Most importantly, knowledge is freely given. I'm a person that gives up free knowledge. Hopefully you learned something from this interview, because you can use it in your everyday life and journey that you got set for. I'm DJ Swoop, the Remix King. Peace.